Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to the Jaxby Show. Today, we have a very special guest on the show. Her name is Beth. And so I am joined by someone very dear to me, a friend whose heart, patience, and strength inspires me every day. And as I said, her name is Beth. She's a special education teacher who works with children with unique needs and beautiful minds. And she's learned how to stay grounded, balanced, and whole even when life pulls from her cup constantly. And she'll share some of that with us. And let's everyone thank Beth for being here with us today. And I do want to talk about the ways that she copes, maybe some of the tools that she uses, things that help her stay at peace that maybe they can help us as well. Beth, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for having me. Hi, everybody.
So, Beth, we want to first find out because you had mentioned that there's several things you do. Of course, none of us are perfect. We're not always going to be grounded, as she says, but we want to find out some of the techniques and maybe some of the things that she does to help. Like, how do you know when your cup is getting low and what helps you refill it?
Oh, it's very easy to tell when my cup is getting low because I'm overtired, overstressed. Um, and so, in those moments, I know I need to stop and take a little bit of a break and try to do something to pour a little bit back in before I totally melt down.
Okay. I think a lot of us can relate to that actually. What are some of the things that you do to help that though?
I really like water. Like to be in the pool as much as possible. I like to be in the ocean and snorkel. I happen to live in Florida, so I have that option quite readily. So I'm lucky in that regard. Uh, I
That's great. Now, you talked about journaling too. Is that something that you do on a regular basis? How does that help you?
it does. It's I like to doodle journal. I like to have a book where I can draw and write at the same time. I tend to doodle, stress out, and write words that kind of go along with it. And um, I don't write as much as I used to, but I do like to write lists and draw
Okay.
and come up with words that describe how I'm feeling and kind of let things go that way.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. You also mentioned water. Like water as a medicine for you. Can you
Uh,
talk to us about a little bit about that?
I feel like when I'm in water, I lose track of time. So that's like my peace, my sense of self. When I'm in the ocean and I'm snorkeling and looking at fish, or even if there's nothing to look at, when I'm underwater, I feel like I just lose time and time stands still, and it just kind of it really does bring me back to the essence of what I feel is my soul.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because this question, and take your time to think about it though, and if you want to share it with us. What does water give you that nothing else does?
A sense of calmness, peace, blocking out the world when I'm underwater, when I have my snorkel on. And sometimes I can hear sounds outside of it, but I'm kind of like focused on what's around me, what I'm looking at. Um, it really does drown out the rest of the world for me.
Okay, thank you. And what type of techniques would you like to share for listeners? Like sometimes, like what grounding tools or techniques would you share with someone who feels overwhelmed or drained?
Grounding tools or techniques. Um, Well, first, I think it's important to notice what it is that I'm feeling at the moment when I start to feel stressed and overwhelmed, that's what it is, and I need to stop and take a beat and just give myself that time to realize that I am feeling stressed and frustrated and overwhelmed and give myself some time. So, whether it's just snuggle up and pet the dogs and lay in bed and take a nap, or find something to mindlessly binge watch on Netflix. Um, just those couple of minutes to kind of just get myself out of, stop thinking about the things that are stressing me out.
And I appreciate you sharing that because sometimes, I mean, from listening to some of the listeners and just in friends in general, sometimes people feel like guilty that they're doing that, indulging in that. Just and how do you feel about that?
There are times I do feel a little bit guilty about it, but I have to remember that my sense of sanity is more important than guilt of giving myself a couple of hours of uh, nothingness or relaxing or whatever it is people want to do to kind of relax their minds. And my sanity is way more worth it, and I'm better. I'm better when I go back to my job. I'm more focused.
Excellent. And what about balance? What do you do for balance? Like, how do you find balance between giving so much at work, being a teacher, and still finding time for yourself?
That's been a lifelong lesson. I think when I first started teaching, I did not have that balance at all. I would come home. I would work late. I would go into school on the weekends. It would be my whole entire. It would consume me. Um, I'm much better at it now that I'm older, and I know when I leave work, work will be there tomorrow. Um, uh, Sometimes I leave and know that if I just take a step away from it, I'll be much more productive the next day. I think a little comedic relief comes in handy a lot, especially with teachers and all the stress that we are under these days. It's good to have colleagues that you can kick back and laugh and also help remind you that not to take things quite so seriously. Um, Balance is definitely hard, though. I'm not gonna lie on that. It's always been a struggle. Um, and even now, when I come home, there are times that I'm thinking about students or dealing with parents, things like that, or thinking about what I'm going to do the next day or how I'm going to handle the situation. But I think just as I evolve in my career, I'm getting a little bit better at that.
Thank you, Beth, for sharing. We really appreciate you. And just as an afterthought for people to take with them after the show, too, is there anything that you would suggest, maybe recommend for anyone to help as far as getting balance and, finding some peace in their life?
Pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. If you're tired and you're feeling overwhelmed, listen to that and feel when you feel that peace, whatever you're doing, whether you're sitting outside in nature or taking a nap with the dogs or just whatever brings you that moment of peace. Go ahead and recognize that and take it in and know that helps to fill your cup.
Why, thank you, Beth. Thank you for being on the show today, and we appreciate you. And as we close the show for today, let's all get together right now and just take one deep breath together here and take a nice deep breath in. Hold it and then slowly exhale. And remember, everyone, be gentle to yourself today.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.